Good afternoon, everyone. As continuation to social welfare policy programs and services, the fifth one is the motivation for social welfare programs and services. So these four things that motivate social welfare programs and services help to choose and provide an appropriate and effective services and resources which relevant to a particular community or in a certain context. So the first one is social justice. When we say social justice, it is the view that everyone deserves an equal economic and social rights and opportunities. So in this, social welfare organization aim to open doors for access and opportunities for everyone. In regard to social welfare programs and services, social justice enable individual, groups, or even community to receive basic benefit, and it also includes the equal distribution of resources and services and the equal opportunities. So the emphasis has been on breaking the barriers of social mobility. So it also the creation of economic justice. So the second one is social control. When we say social control, it is the social processes by which the behavior of an individual is regulated. So it helps somebody to obey the rules and prevent unnecessary act within the society. It motivates social welfare programs and services because it helps to promote social order in disorganized community through the help of what we call social control agents. Social control agents are those police, teachers, social workers, or even you can be the agents of social control. The third one is economic development. As we observe in our situation today, we're really experiencing economic depression or economic breakdown. So it motivates social welfare programs and services to provide an appropriate and good services to bring back or promote development in our economy. When we say economic development, it is the creation of wealth from which the community benefits are realized. So it is more than a job program. It's an investment in growing your economy and enhancing prosperity and equality of life for all residents through the use or through the help of the programs and services. And the last one is human values and norms, which shapes services and policies. So when we say norms, it is the accepted behavior. It is the basis of social order because no society can function well or can function smoothly in the absence of norms. So norms is also based on values. So when we say values, it is the ideas by which we consider or we think are valuable. Values have major influence to human behavior and attitude, and it also serves as broad guidelines in all situations. So the sixth one is the social welfare programs and services. So in this part, as what I observe, or for me, it's something just like interrelated processes when implementing programs or providing services. So for me, in letter A, the historical and current forces which contribute to social problem and generate social policies. So for me, in this part, you just need to analyze or relate one forces into other forces, or the past forces or the current forces, in order to generate information or to generate social policies that are relevant to a certain situation or a certain plan when implementing programs and services. So just like the example, historical perspective relating to the history of social welfare abroad and in the Philippines. So in this, you just need to relate the historical or the past forces in abroad and in the Philippines, of course. So the next thing, since you already generated policies, there must be a source of that policy. It's either legislation, constitution, or any other sources of policies. Next, since you already have policy, source of policy, then you must formulate and implement that policy. So in letter C, it's all about planning on how to implement or how to develop or improve or formulate that policy. And letter D, the society or the member of the society which are the beneficiary of the said policy are responsible to handle or to take the programs and services to respond in different kinds of problems. Just like they will create an organization or a virtual organization where the people can ask help and able to complain of their current situation. So in letter E, the policy are translated into programs and services in a certain way. So it includes the structure and system of delivering services. After that, the next is the identification of the setting priority target. And of course, the target will be those most vulnerable population or the most needy person. For instance, in 4Ps, they will trace those most needy people or vulnerable population through the use or through the help of listahanan. So the last process will be the assessment and evaluation. So in this part, it is the most important process when implementing programs and services. So evaluation is the function of social welfare administration and implies the use of scientific processes with a view to measure the impact or contribution of the said programs and services. It is also the analysis of problems and difficulties arising in the effective implementation of programs and services. In general, all the programs and services undertaken by social welfare organization are to be evaluated for the outcomes or results they have achieved or failed to achieve. The next is Philippine social welfare agencies and institutions. Social work in the Philippines is practiced in a variety of fields. Social workers have been and continue to be employed in education, health, housing, labor, correctional, or community development programs. With so many development agencies being established today, there continue to emerge a new setting for the practice of social work. Therefore, we can say that social welfare is a field practice of social work whether here or in abroad. This vast field of social welfare with its organized system of service and institution to meet a variety of human needs and problems may be broken down into specific social work practice or social work practice setting. One of the example of traditional field is the family and child welfare. Child welfare is concerned with the well-being of youth and children through the provision of programs and services for their development, while the family welfare is concerned with the improvement, strengthening, and support of the family in meeting its own needs. The other one is community welfare. Community welfare is concerned with the provision of opportunities that enable individual or the people within the society or within the community to work together towards common goals. While the latter part of this section, social work concerned with the respective role of social work profession and social welfare system in addressing human needs. They advocate for social welfare benefits and services and overall social policies that take human needs into account. In regard to the last part of this session, there are a number of important social worker characteristics that anyone looking to get it into this profession should possess. Social workers do a lot of good in this world and help many disadvantaged people. This is one of the few professions where you always know you will be making a real difference in people's lives. Indeed, professional social worker really has a big contribution in the effective implementation and development of the programs and policies. And that would be all. Thank you.